In Boston's Back Bay neighborhood, a legendary bar has been revamped to Poe's Kitchen at the Rattlesnake. Hi, I'm Emily Rodney. Let's go behind the burner and see what's popping up on the menu this week. I'm here with Executive Chef Brian Poe. Brian, what are we making today?
We're going to do a little blackened prosciutto-wrapped tuna with a little queso fresco and a nice Anaheim chili corn sauce.
Well, that's a mouthful. Let's get started.
All right. So what we have here is we have a few things kind of ready to go.
Okay.
Got a nice hot pan. We're going to take a little bit of Chilean olive oil.
Chilean olive oil.
It's a nice little press from Chile. It's got the same qualities of high-end your French olive oils and what have you, but it's just we're doing a little South and North American mix here. So this is where we bring North America to us. We have a little grilled corn.
Okay.
And we already have that sort of off the
so that's to a really hot pan.
Really hot pan.
Yeah, you hear the sizzle.
Right up in front. And then we're going to take just a little bit of jalapenos, just a little bit. We don't want this to be too hot. You just want it to kind of bounce around with the
little heat
flavor.
On your tongue.
Exactly. And then one of my favorites to play with, where it's just enough to wake you up and say good morning, is a little bit of Anaheim chilies.
Okay.
All right. And then we're going to take, as that starts to cook, we're going to move it around a bit. And we're going to add into, we're basically making a very nice corn stock. So it's going to have the really strong flavors of corn. So what we do is we take two ears of corn on the cob, and we grill those and brush those with butter. And we're going to put those into the pan as well.
Okay.
And what that's going to do, again, is going to bring out that really nice corn flavor to it. So we take a little bit of shallots on there, and we're going to take a little bit of garlic.
Garlic always adds a great amount of flavor.
And it keeps the vampires away.
Yep, it keeps those vampires away.
So then just to bring it around a little bit, we're going to hit with a little salt and pepper. So there's the pepper. Just a little bit of salt. And then we're going to take a little bit of time and let that cook just enough to kind of let the vegetables begin to sweat and get the flavors out. Then, to bring out the corn flavors, we're going to let it boil for a little while. About 6 cups of water.
Okay.
And we'll let those guys cook for a little while and bring it to a boil. As that begins to reduce by a quarter, you're going to take a little bit of heavy cream and add that to it and let that reduce a bit as well.
Great. So what's the next step? All
right, the next step that we're going to do is we're going to actually roll the tuna. Now the beauty of this is that it's a very simple dish. We really don't have to do too much to it. So now we got our gloves on. What we're going to do is we're going to make this where we can go a lot faster. Instead of doing them one at a time, we're going to sort of take these and lay them out all at once.
Have a little bit of an assembly line?
Yeah, so that way we're kind of ready to go and you're not spending all day making this. The idea is to keep it simple and have fun while you're cooking. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of tuna and we're going to just go ahead and you'll take a few as well. We'll line them right at the base of the prosciutto there. This is going to be the queso fresco, which is a nice Mexican cheese. So we'll lay a square on top of that. So now we have those laid in there. Then we're going to both take a piece of basil. Nice, we soaked it in water so it won't turn on us, so we're ready to go. We're going to rip that in half, actually, I apologize. Okay. We're going to lay that just over the top.
And kind of ripping it releases some of the oils.
Yeah, it gets everything, opens it right up. If I could have my dream world, I would put basil in my pillowcase. I love the smell, so when we rip it open, we get that nice fresh.
I know, I love the smell also.
Then what we're going to do is we're just going to take the edge of it, and we're just going to begin to roll it up forward. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and skewer these, and the reason we're going to skewer it is see how the prosciutto's kind of loose there. That way when you're cooking you don't have to worry about that falling off, and it'll help in the final presentation as well. So
now that we have our tuna skewered, what's the next step?
Very simple. We're going to take a little what I call Poco Loco seasoning, and we're just going to make this where we're blackening it. So this is Poco Loco seasoning, which is a little bit of it's 6 different sort of red spices combined with a little cumin and coriander and nice little blend of sort of the South American, southwestern flavors.
Okay.
So we've got that on each side there, and we'll get a little bit here too. And this is kind of fun because as you cook it, you really get the aromatics that make you think of travel. So we're going to lay those right into the pan, and this is going to get the blackening going. But then with the hot pan, it just kind of, you hit and sear fast. You want it to sear that blackening flavor in there. Now, we're going to go ahead and undo these skewers because we want to get the in-between sides. So pull those out, and then we're just going to gently roll back.
Okay.
And now you'll see is
so now you have every single side as being a little blackened.
Exactly. So you want this to be nice and rare on the inside. We're about ready to pull it off and put it on a side plate here, and we're very close to plate up time.
Great.
So we'll let that rest just for a second, let that cheese settle into the tuna. Now we're going to get ready to plate, and what we're going to do is we have here a little bit of heavy cream and a little bit of our Anaheim chili and corn puree. Again, we're starting with a hot pot, and the reason for this is so that When your cream hits the pan, you don't have to wait for it to reduce, it just instantly starts going. So you've got it already kind of moving on you.
That's bubbling.
And then you're going to take a little bit of the corn sauce and you're going to gently toss that in there. And then as we go along, we'll just kind of give that a quick spin. I'm going to ask you to stand back for one moment. We're just going to take this and we're going to gently lay it right to the center of the plate there. And then we're going to take our tuna. We're going to stack it right through here. And then we're going to take a little bit of decorative microgreens, which are just nice little sort greens from off the farm there. And we're going to run those down through.
That looks
and
great.
Just for some nice color, because we're using the chilies and all the South American ingredients, we're going to take a little annatto seed oil. So we take that and you get the nice color.
Yeah.
And there you have a nice little blackened prosciutto-wrapped tuna.
Okay, let's go try. Chef Poe, we have a beautiful dish right here. What are we having?
We have a little blackened tuna that's wrapped in prosciutto with a little queso fresco and basil. It's served over Anaheim chili and corn puree. So what's fun about this is you get a nice sweet corn flavor with a little bit of the sweet Anaheim chili heat, just a hint of the jalapeno, and the cream cools that back down. And
well, I want to try that.
Yeah, have a taste. See what you think.
Wow, it's delicious.
Think so? So
I really like that spice that you put on the outside.
And it's not too
Poco
spicy.
Loco, right?
Poco Loco, that's the stuff.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, it's a pleasure. Cheers.
Stay tuned to Behind the Burner, where we give you the tips, tricks, and techniques that are lighting the culinary world on fire.
For the recipe, Q&A, photos, and more, visit behindtheburner.com.